Good evening. I'm Regina Gaines, and I am the owner of House of Pure Vin Wine Shop on Woodward. So, it is 1999. I'm in love, and I have a wonderful, soon-to-be baby daddy. We moved back to Detroit from New York. I was director of marketing for Russell Simmons' One World Music Beat, the show that Russell Simmons decided that he was going to take Kimora off the runway. And my daughter's father was part of a team called Pajam, and they just got You Should Have Told Me on Kelly Price, and he wanted to move back home to Detroit. I was fine with that. Let's go home. So we went home, and of course, in the process of planning the wedding, I get pregnant. Hey, it doesn't matter to me. I'm 28, we pregnant. Let's do this. Whatever. But of course, like any other beautiful woman, I do not want to be a pregnant bride in a dress. So we're going to wait until after I lose this baby weight before we walk down the aisle. Whew. Still trying to figure out was that the best decision. I'm working on that one, though. So, you know, we was on the dual plan. He doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. Money's good, life good. The kind of life that you have when you with somebody in the entertainment industry. But I also was doing my thing. So I started a business with his cousin. She started his co-publishing company with L.A. Reid, and we just started Artist Exposure. It's an advertising company. And we were doing kind of well. Well, it was the summertime, and his best friend was in the NBA, and he decided that after the summer was over, whatever he was doing the summer that before we was getting married, he decided he wanted to stay. I said, fine, you want to stay? You want to leave us? You want to be with her? That's cool. Got you. I'm smart. I'm going to be on my Oprah plan. I'm about to go get this money. He said, okay, you know, I'm doing my thing, because me and his cousin, we got an advertising company, and I got the Remy Martin business, and everybody is calling my phone. So we product placement in music videos, Usher birthday party, we just doing it. So one of the greatest opportunities that came out of that is that I became, by this time it's 2002, 2003, part of Rockefeller. And back then, when Kareem Biggs Burke called your phone at Damon Dash, you picked it up and you went to New York and make the meeting. Well, like I said, I was on the Oprah plan. So they had a vodka called Armadale, and they wanted me to handle the marketing. I was like, cool, but that's okay, because I'm on the Oprah plan. And I decided that I was going to get with some homeboys and buy my own tequila, because I want to be like Oprah. So I picked my child up, and we did the tequila deal, and I moved to Houston, Texas. And I'm back and forth between Mexico and living in a house. And Hurricane Katrina and Rita came, and the bank started acting funny, and we distributed tequila, and one day they said they was no longer going to finance my invoices anymore. And the day they told me that was the day our company was in Forbes. So the check stopped coming. The check stopped coming. I couldn't pay the rent. I was in Houston basically by myself. And I was forced to move back to Detroit in 2007. And the only thing that was here was a U-Haul truck that was on one way out. I couldn't even get a U-Haul truck to go to Houston to get my stuff. It was crazy. So I come back home and I move into a house with my mother. And all I can remember was that I come home within 3 months, my grandfather dies. So I'm like, that's my backbone. That's one of my support systems. Then a couple months more later, my father died. So I'm sitting here like, wow, I'm a single mom. I'm kind of falling out with my daughter's father. I am living back in Detroit. Mind you that when you up, everybody take your phone calls. But when you down, don't nobody return your phone calls. And I'm back in Detroit. And the only thing that I'm seeing on the news is by this time is after I'm burying my only support system is that a person who's from Detroit running for president saying, let the auto industry go bankrupt. And it was not a job here. And no matter who I called, nobody was picking up the phone. And at some point, I couldn't even afford my phone call. So I went from owning a tequila company, living in a nice house, back home, living with my mother in a one-bedroom, trying to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. Even to the point that I saw myself doing something that I thought I'd never do. I was in line getting an EBT card. I went from making $1 million a year to being in the line getting an EBT card. So I said to myself, how do you get here? How do you go from Clark Atlanta University and getting degrees and you finding yourself on the Oprah plan and you here? I was like, wow, how do you get this far down? But eventually, if you work hard, you can always get back up. Because like I said, I own the house if you're there.